guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're here at the Radford Racing School in sunny Phoenix, Arizona for the first drive of this vehicle right here. What is it? This is your 2024 launch edition Dodge Charger Daytona RT. But before we get into the entryway of the new Charger Daytona lineup, let's talk about what's going on here. One of the things that Dodge has always been good at with the previous generation Charger is having many different trims to bring people in at different price points. When it comes to the new Charger Daytona, they're keeping it very simple at first before they add to the lineup. You can go entry, gateway with the RT, or you could go with the higher spec, which is the Scat Pack. Now what's fascinating is for this first launch, basically a launch edition, what they're doing is that they're adding some extra performance right out of the gate. So this is not only an RT, but it has the direct connection stage 1 boost package, that E-stage package with more horsepower, more torque. But what I want to find out is, for the price, is this the best bang for your buck, the best muscle car value? Because remember, Dodge is calling this an electrified muscle car. Let's go ahead, let's dive into our Charger Daytona RT and find out. Right off the bat, it's that classic color, back again, and it's looking spectacular. It's called triple nickel. That metallic silver really highlights the body lines of the return of the two-door Charger. Now at the front of the business, you're gonna get all that great LED lighting, even on the RT trim, our LED daytime running lamp called the drag strip, and then on the lower portion, some gloss black. Now my big question is, what's gonna be the color of the splitter protector, and are people gonna leave it on? Are they gonna do the yellow? Are they gonna do the pink? Are they gonna do some weird fuchsia color? We'll have to wait and see. Take them off, the splitter guards, please take them off, because they don't give you an advantage on anything. And what's funny is a lot of times people that left them on, when they go to take them off, if you left them on too long, it scratches everything up underneath it. So it's kind of one of those things, just take them off. But let me know what you think about this corner area here with the new design. Now, as we come across that R-wing, so when you go RT, you're still getting your R-wing. You'll also notice you're getting a forward-facing camera, the Fratzog illuminated badge returns, and then on the lower portion, you have more functional grille because we have that lithium-ion battery pack that's liquid cooled, and we need to bring some cool air as much as we can without creating too much drag. But that R-wing, absolutely spectacular. Remember, look at this. Oh, I almost got my arm stuck. Peekaboo, ICU, totally passed through, and really gives this new Charger Daytona such a signature look. Now, as we rise up, you're getting the bulge. So guess what? Put your socks away. You don't have to put them in your shorts. You have your bulge. Underneath here is one of 2 electric motors. So even the RT gives you all-wheel drive. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. On this particular RT with the Plus package, you're getting your gunmetal metallic gray wheels. I love the beefy Y-spoke design. You got the Fratzog badge in the center. And then you are gonna get your adaptive suspension. It's a 2-stage adaptive suspension. Wheels 20 inches in diameter. Tires up front are 275 on the width and a 40 series sidewall. And like I said, you actually are getting all-wheel drive with this vehicle because of the twin motors. But let me know what you think about the color of the wheel and the style of the wheel with the color. I think it really pops nicely. This little B really is digging it too. Now, as we swing it around, I'm gonna have Steven show off that RT badge. Remember, RT stands for road and track with the stage 1 E-stage power boost. And RT goes back all the way to the 60s, just like the Charger does. Now you'll notice that nice 2-door slick design, gloss black on the mirror caps. We do have 360 degrees on the cameras, which are nice. And this one has the optional panoramic fixed glass roof. Really cuts the triple nickel down very nicely. You'll have your button that you can lock and unlock, but also your button inside to open up your door, and the gloss black strip, very thin along the bottom. Let me know how you feel about the gloss black. The previous generation Charger didn't have a lot of gloss black, so I'm very curious to see what you say about that. Rear wheels and tires, you can see we have still that 20-inch wheel, and basically all four corners, 275 on the width and a 40 series sidewall. Another thing to remember, you do get regen braking. There's different levels of regen braking. I'm actually digging the wheel. It's a good looking wheel. Now, as we swing it around, focus on this body line coming from right behind the door into the fender, into the quarter panel. This gives it that signature style that says, I'm a Charger. You have an additional 2 inches of width over the previous Charger Hellcat Red Eye wide body. So you get an extra width right off the bat, which those were already extra wide. Love the way you got your slick glass, that sport back design, because remember, all of this opens up, and then as we kind of lower down, I love the way they did the Fratzog badge in the center there. It's like through a special window, and even this lower bumper area with the Daytona name, Fratzonic stamped in there, because remember, we have that Fratzonic chamber, which it's not a speaker, it's like a pipe organ for sound. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and check out what's underneath it in the RT. All right, guys, I got the hood popped. We're gonna open it up, and underneath you got 1.5 cubic feet of space, big enough for easily 8 loaves of Wonder Bread. And then check out the Wonder under there. That is the top of your front motor. So when you go RT, obviously you're not getting as much horsepower as you're getting with the Scat Pack. But what are you getting? With the direct connection stage 1 tune, you are getting 496 horsepower, 404 pound-feet of torque. That means 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds, quarter mile in 12.6 seconds. The vehicle weighs 5,698 pounds. Range is 308 miles. So if range is important to you, this is going to give you more range than the Scat Pack, because the Scat Pack has a range of 241 miles, top speed 135 miles per hour. And what's interesting is actually the top speed is the same between the RT and the Scat Pack. If you're wondering what about charging time, you could basically on a DC fast charger go from 20% to 80% in 24 minutes. So that gives you a little bit of an idea with the vehicle. And what's nice is included in the pricing is going to be a level 2 home charger. So you get a level 2 home charger in that pricing. But why don't we go ahead, let's turn on this electrified muscle car and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we are in it to win it inside this 2024, that first edition Dodge Charger Daytona RT. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, how much is this? You're talking about value. How much value is brought to this? Very good question. MSRP starting is $59,000. This one has been optioned to $70,000. Very interesting how quickly that price can accelerate, but does it bring the muscle car performance that you're expecting for the money? Let's find out. To the door panels. Love the all new materials. And even on the RT, you're getting red contrast stitching, leather material, and then that nice artistic design flow in the section of the middle section of the door panel. You have no gloss black, a door pocket that is very unique to the Charger. So up top, you'll easily be able to put 2 Arizona Lizard hot dogs, and then of course their famous rattlesnake burgers. Put a big one in there, quarter pounder with cheese, and a Mountain Dew to wash it down. Now going from the door panel to the dash, you got that red ambient lighting, the Daytona badge looking good, and I love all the stitching, the high-end materials. You slide on in, you're gonna get a 12.3-inch infotainment system. The graphics are fantastic. You got your different modes. When you go RT, you got 3 different modes: sport, auto, wet, and snow. AC controls, we got haptic buttons, which are nice. And you have dual climate control, ventilated seats, and heated seats. So they got you covered there, which is really nice as well. Real knobs. Let me throw it into reverse here. Backup camera, clear as day. Love the resolution. Lower that blower fan just a little bit. And there we are. We're right back where we started. Down below, you got 2 USB-Cs, wireless charging, and a place for 4 Snickers. New pistol grip shifter. It's back. And it's better than ever. Love the style. And I like the way that it actually has that shifter action you're familiar with. It's not an electric shifter to where you just pull back and it snaps back into place. This feels like a Torque Flight 8-speed automatic, but it is a direct drive transmission. You got your power on button, 2 cup holders. Here's your Dodge key fob. I like the way they got some carbon fiber there. Spin it around, you got remote start. Soft touch material, open it up. You do have a 12 volt and you have enough room in here. I would say you could fit probably 2 Game Boys and about 12 games. Black and white Game Boys. Seats, the leather, the stitching, the bolstering is great. Full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver, and you do get rear seats, which are quite large. And if you want to see me sitting back there, watch the review at the end of this one of the Scat Pack Stage 2 that we did. And then of course up top you have that panoramic fixed glass roof. I'm still zonking it because there's no power shade. That's a bummer. But come over here to the business end. I want to show you behind the wheel in this Charger. All right guys, business time behind the wheel. You do get 2 memory seat settings on this trim. I'm gonna have to zonk this area. They made it look like carbon fiber. I would have preferred a nice aluminum sill plate. Would have looked nice with the Dodge name. I do like the aluminum brake pedal and the throttle. Don't like the just flat black plastic for your dead pedal. But you do have your electric seat controls, especially your lower lumbar is really, really nice. I'm 6 feet tall, and if you thought you're gonna be losing room compared to the previous gen Charger, you're actually getting a lot of great space in here. Steering wheel, absolute perfection. They got the perforated leather, the smooth leather. I like the nice Dodge name. I just wish they brought some of the stitching from the wheel onto the horn button and made that leather. Got your drive mode selector switch, your power shot, which gives you that extra boost of power for 30 seconds. Paddles for the regen braking, and you do get an electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then what you see behind the dash is that 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, clear graphics. I'll go through some of the different screens that it shows. Nice to have options. And it's cool how they have the Dodge badge. Even the way you could bring over the Navi is really nice. And on top of that, the head-up display. But why don't we go ahead and get in the cargo area, because you know what? We have a Charger Daytona RT. I want to take you for a spin. All right, guys, time to get into that cargo area. Find the hidden button. It's right there. Nice electric assist, even on the RT. You're going to be greeted to well over 23 cubic feet of space. Fold those seats down, 60-40 split. It gives you almost 37 cubic feet of space. Nice to see. Lots of great room. And that's one of the things that Dodge really wanted this vehicle to be, is very user-friendly. But why don't we go ahead? If you're ready, I'm ready. Doesn't have as much horsepower as the Scat Pack, but let's see how the RT goes on throttle. Let's get to it. All right, guys, we're inside this 2024 Dodge Charger RT Stage 1. I have it in sport mode, and I wanted to go on throttle with you. You ready? Power shot engage. On throttle, here we go. So definitely with the power shot, you're gonna feel that extra performance. And remember, we're talking about 0 to 60, like I said, in the mid 4s, which if you compare that to, say, a RT with the 5.7 liter Hemi, you're definitely gonna out-accelerate one with this RT Charger Daytona. Driving down the road, great visibility. It's one of those things that it's unique, right? It's a unique driving experience. Is it like driving a Hemi-powered Charger Daytona? Hell no. I mean, if somebody says that it is, they're a terrible liar. But what it does offer is an opportunity to get behind the wheel of a performance electrified vehicle and have a very unique driving experience. I do like the way the dash is very configurable. You have your different levels of regen braking, all by the operation of the paddles. And what else is nice is that it really feels like the throttle is hooked up to some type of engine rather than 2 electric motors. They did a good job there, but this is not meant for you to say, should I get a Hemi V8 or should I get an electrified Charger Daytona? That's not the purpose of this vehicle. Not at all. Braking is great. You got those large rotors. And the handling is actually going to surprise you because of the lower center of gravity from the battery pack in the belly of this Charger Daytona. But it's really, really interesting how they were able to work with the technology to create this driving experience. Because I'll give them that, it's unique. And I do like it much better than anything like the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. Let's go ahead, I'm gonna do the power shot again. So you hit the power shot button, it activates. On throttle, here we go. Oh yeah. So really nice in the control, the feedback, and everything else combined. The problem is that these cars, and I still don't know why Dodge does it, they come with all seasons. Give me some summer rated performance tires, please. Because that's where I think that, specifically with this car, the grip is just not there. At least when you go scat pack, you're getting the 325s out back. This has the 275 squared, and it just, it's a little, I don't want to say under tire, but definitely under grip. It needs more grip for the handling part. The all-wheel drive is going to get the power to the ground very effectively. It does that very well. But the actual cornering capability, I would like to see a stickier tire, for God's sakes. But other than that, like I said, unique driving experience. And it's one of those things that if you're looking for a performance EV, you're gonna wanna give this a serious look because of just how unique it is to drive compared to the rest of the competition. But the throttle has a great resistance to it, and also, like I pointed out earlier, the shifter as well. But let's go on throttle one more time, and then we're gonna wrap this one up. Another thing to remember is I have traction control off in sport mode. So that's just something to think about, that with the all-wheel drive, I'm still getting that great pull from a dead stop. Kind of funny with the sounds like that. That's a little too over the top. But on throttle, here we go. But like I said, I think this is a vehicle that is going to persuade new people to come into the Dodge fold. I'm not sure how many existing Mopar owners will go out and get one of these. That's the big mystery. But I'm hoping that this has been a good overall review of the RT. Remember, at the end of this one, we got the Scat Pack, the Scatty Pack, Paddywhack, give a dog a bone. We're gonna go ahead, get back, there it is, the Radford Racing School. We're getting back there and we're gonna wrap this up. So I'll see you in a nanosecond. All right, guys, another great day, especially here at the Radford Racing School. I definitely gotta thank the whole Dodge team for allowing us to have access to the first drive of the Charger Daytona RT Stage 1. Let me know what you think. Does it bring value for the money? Are you wanting to get behind the wheel of a Charger Daytona RT? Let me know down in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Got to give it up to the Flood, man. He's wishing he could bring some rain today because it's so damn hot. But thank you, Steven, for your hard work and sweating it out. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.